gonna take a look at what we're trying to accomplish here. And based on what you see, and I listed two examples up on the board. One with 35% sand, 45% silt, 20% clay. All right, that's our first example. If we follow along here, we can kind of determine what we're looking at here. So let's start with sand, all right? So we'll start with sand right here. What do we have? 35%. So we're starting right here, okay? And notice how the arrow's pointing? That goes along that way in that sort of triangle. 45% silt. So we're starting right here. We're going down this way. You're probably getting a pretty good feel for where we're gonna be at right here. And then clay is 20%. So we're right here. And so we match those up and we have 35%, we have 45%, and we have 20%. We're smack dab in the middle of what they call medium loam, okay? And so I don't know if you can see in my diagram here, okay? Follow the arrows there, and sure enough, it matches up as being a loam sand, okay? So that's just knowing what they are already, all right? So I'll give you another example then, and that is, we've got 10% sand, so we're starting right here, okay? And then we got 70% silt. So we're gonna be down in this neck of the woods, somewhere in here. So 10%, 70%, and then we also have 20% clay come across, and we're sitting smack dab in the middle of silty loam. That's pretty good soil, by the way. Both these are pretty good soils. Stuff that you would see here in southeastern Minnesota, for sure. All right, most of you probably, if you live on a farm, you probably have that type of, one of those types of soils. So again, match them up here, follow the arrows right through there, and you're gonna come up with silty loam sand. Or, excuse me, silty loam soil, is what I'm trying to say. All right? And there's even a thing you can do as far as, I don't know if anybody's ever tried to do this, but you can actually put a soil sample inside of a jar, add water to it, seal it up, let it sit for a day or two, and then it actually will start to form the different layers and separate out the different types of soil textures that you might have, okay? You're gonna have, notice here, it goes from light to dark to very dark inside there. Each of those would represent the clay, the silt, and the sand. And that's another example. I don't know if anybody's ever tried to do that, but you can figure out what they are. Here, they separated, so here's settled silt in the upper layer, settled sand in the bottom layer. Sand's the heavier stuff, so it's gonna sink down further, okay? Another example is settled clay, which sits up on top here. Settled silt layer is in the middle, and then your settled sand layer down there. So sand is gonna really make up a large portion of both of these jars here, because that's what's, you can just visually see is in larger amounts there, all right? Yeah, you can shut it out.